Hey y'all, so I got to preview Altheia, The Wrath of Aferit, which is a new 3D platform puzzle game that's coming out. And I played essentially what is a demo of sorts of the game. Now, the demo jumped me partway into the game. I could tell that it did. I was able to use controller with it, although sometimes I was having issues with like the button mapping on it. But again, this is a demo, and it's not fully 100% finished or completed yet. And that kind of summed up my experience a bit. I really did like this game and the style. It seemed like a game that I would really enjoy. However, I kept running into some tech issues, like the playing on the controller, which is why I use it. Felt like, you know, it was a game you play on the controller. The camera on the right stick, I was having issues with that being a little bit too slow. But then when I switched to the mouse, it worked okay. But the sensitivity on the right analog for me was being wonky. And there was a few issues I had in terms of like actually me progressing through the game. But before I get to that, I do want to talk about the game itself. It had that style that reminded me of like an Immortal Phoenix Rising to it. That somewhat graphic novel, cartoony sort of look to it. It also reminded me a little bit of the look of Creatures of Ava. That was the other thing it reminded me of. And even the way like you platform jump and stuff like that felt similar. And I really enjoyed that game. I enjoyed that and Immortal Phoenix Rising. So it felt like what the DNA of this game is something I would enjoy. And basically you're in a trial. That's what the demo is you're thrown into this area. You have a sword, you have a bow and arrow, and then you have this little friend with you. And this little friend is kind of this fox-looking thing, and it'll run around and help sometimes open doors for you, and then sometimes you can summon it into another sword. Like, it'll transform into this like bigger sword that you use to cut down these like vines. So when you're going through the world, there's all these like poisonous vines around. Again, it reminded me of Creatures of Ava in that sense. And to like destroy these vines, sometimes you had to use a specialty like magic sword. And it was cool to see this fox thing just kind of be behind you and then just like disappear and morph into the sword. So sometimes you had little special abilities too. Being able to summon a sword was one. Using his little grenades to blow up stuff, that was one of the features that was shown a lot in this demo, is just being able to summon these like little magic ball things and shoot them into these slots to explode. The area I was in was a lot of white. There was a lot of white going on, white walls, white columns. There was some yellow in there. The world of stuff, you know, the world looked fine, but it's not anything brand new, not anything I haven't seen before, but it was all right. And there was this time or two where I got stuck figuring out this puzzle for way too long, and by the time I figured out what it was, I was like, oh, that was me. Like, I was being an idiot. It was something really simple. I made it overly complicated. So that was on me that did that. But sometimes I would get confused because there was like a demo preview of sorts where I got after this initial point where there were these vines everywhere, and I thought I was supposed to shoot them down, but nothing was happening. And so I didn't know what to do. And so I just started looking around, and then that's where I found the water to swim in to like knock down these pillars to open this door. But it took me a minute to figure out that's where I needed to go. There was nothing that told me that's what I needed to do. I just happened to find it randomly. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm supposed to do this. So I found a few moments where I was kind of confused on what to do, and it seemed like there wasn't as much guidance there as there needed to be, or it wasn't clear what my objective was. But after I get to a certain point and get through this puzzle, there's a puzzle in this section that has like multiple doors. You can only open the one door. And then when you go into this door, you get to this one puzzle where you need to use a bow and arrow. And this is where I ran into the biggest problem. I wasn't able to actually finish the demo because of this glitch that I kept running into. So you get to this puzzle and it shows, oh, you have to shoot these symbols in this order to open this door. And I ran into the issue a couple times where the bow that I needed wouldn't appear. It just wouldn't summon. I had to like restart the game to get the bow to actually like summon and come back out. Like it kept glitching where it didn't want to show me the bow that I need to use. And then because of that too, I'd be shooting this stuff in like this correct order, but then I felt like when I did, nothing was happening and something was supposed to happen, like this door would open, but nothing was happening. So I had dealt with that for a while and I just got super frustrated. And because of that, I decided to end my time with the game there. So, in the concept of it, it's a game that I think I would really enjoy playing, but finding these like glitches and stuff like that made it a hard experience for me to fully enjoy. I imagine by the time the game comes out, a lot of these issues will be fixed. Again, it was a demo, but based on what I played, I would kind of wait till the game's fully released and to see how people react to it before jumping into it, just to see if a lot of the stuff has gotten fixed and to see if it really does separate itself from these other games that have been out before. Because even though I'm playing it, it doesn't feel super unique and different. It's just kind of more of these, oh, if you like the style game, you'll like this. So I played the game on Steam. I know it'll be on PC, so keep an eye out there. If you're interested, wishlist the game, and it'll be coming out, I believe, towards the end of August.